In 2005, Freedom magazine published an expose on the psychiatric abuse of innocent normal children in Quebec under Premier Maurice Duplessis. Here is the story of what happened to some of these children.
Quebec government found out, what we found out also, that the federal government had no more monies for orphanages that we thought. But I found out through my research that there was money for the orphanages. But Maurice Duplessis had found out something else, that if, like the nuns and the orphanages, they were keeping the kids for 75 cents a day per head, but if they were sent into a psychiatric hospital, they would get 3 times that amount. They weren't crazy, these orphans, you know. They were all sane children that were, that were placed into institutions, psychiatric institutions, in order to collect federal funds.
Puis après ça, la religion.
One of the orphans was Rod's wife, Clarina Duguay. At age 11, she was denied any education and forced to work as a virtual slave at a psychiatric hospital. Psychiatrists hid the fact that these children were normal by falsely labeling them mentally retarded or insane. Of all the orphans, Hervé Bertrand is the only one so far who has been able to force the government to remove the false psychiatric label.
Not only that the government could do whatever they wanted, but the doctors also. So they had the best guinea pigs, in the world.
Silvio Albert Day was an orphan at a psychiatric hospital named Saint-Jean-de-Dieu. He was assigned to the morgue and recounted some of the horrors he witnessed.
Là, puis quand il s'est couché, qu'il n'y a rien. C'est comme un lavabo plate, tu sais. Puis en fin de compte, j'ai enlevé la copine. Là, je voyais, ici, là, c'était même pas collé, c'était décollé. Là, j'ai vu qu'il n'y avait plus de cerveau. Je voyais le creux. Moi, j'ai fait un set. Mon Dieu Seigneur, miséricorde.
Silvio described a 3-month period when he transported 67 dead orphans from operating and electric shock rooms to the basement. Bodies were shipped to local universities for dissection, later returned in pieces, and buried in unmarked holes in what was called the pigsty graveyard. Paul Saint-Aubin is one of the orphans who resisted psychiatric experimentation, so he was given electroshock. Finally, one morning he woke up with a bandaged head. He had been lobotomized.
Nobody in the government that was responsible. I said, here was children at the time. They were only children. And I believe that somebody should have stepped forward, and somebody in that government or any of the past governments or the present step forward and say, enough is enough. Acknowledge what happened, and this is a Quebec history.